morning and happy Thursday. We are officially 10 days away from Christmas, which I'm so excited about this year. I feel like Mason is old enough to enjoy it more in terms of like the present opening and whatnot, but also it got him some good stuff that I feel like he's really going to enjoy. Anyway, I just uploaded my labor and delivery vlog to my channel, so if you have not checked that out yet, I will link it in the cards over here. Because Mason is at school today, I thought it would be a great opportunity to vlog for the first time since baby has been born. We are officially 3.5 weeks postpartum and he is 3.5 weeks old. I wanted to go ahead and jumpstart my vlogging again because this is something I did not do a lot of with Mason when he was this little, and with Luca being my second and last baby, I want to remember the littleness as much as possible. It is 9:30 now and I've been up for the last 2 hours, but the first hour is helping Bryce get Mason ready for school, and then I was making sure that Luca was fed and changed and all that good stuff. My day is basically just now getting started. I really need to unpack my hospital bag. I have put it off for 3 weeks now because I wanted to share exactly what I did end up using and things that I did not use. That's the type of video that I feel like I liked more. I like knowing what people took to the hospital in general, but it's also really nice just to hear like what you actually end up using. I know I packed some comfort items that I did use, and I also packed some comfort items that I did not use. I just feel like that information could be helpful for other people. And not only that, but it was my first time delivering at a military hospital, which after having experienced that, it's really not that much different than what I experienced in Tampa at a general hospital. If you guys did watch my second hospital bag video, I told you guys that I made a post on a Facebook group asking other mamas who also delivered here what were things that the hospital included and what were things that they packed up, and we're happy to have the hospital actually provided a lot more than I expected and was told about. That is also something I want to share for any mamas who may be getting ready to have birth here in Okinawa, Japan at the US Naval Hospital on Foster. But yeah, let's get upstairs and get into this diaper bag because honestly I don't even remember what's in it, but I know that I have been looking forward to unpacking it. If you hear my hubby, he is across the room streaming. He's being loud as always. Ugh. Before I jump into this bag, I do want to preface that there have been a couple of things that have already been removed, such as my camera and the newborn diapers that I did pack up just in case. I didn't even end up using those. Size 1s were plenty because my baby was just the right size to be in a size 1. I can't remember off the top of my head what else was taken out of this bag already, but there are things that are no longer in this bag that you will have seen in my diaper bag video because I needed them for one reason or another. So anyway, I actually ended up using the adult diapers that I did pack up. I wanted to use this. I did use this for probably like, you know, the first couple of changes, but I quickly came to the realization that these adult diapers were just the way to go because nothing sticks to this. So when you do have that big postpartum pad on, it moves around and stuff. It was just such a pain. So these adult diapers were the way to go, and it was my first time using them because I did depend on these last time. I highly recommend using the adult diapers, and then I did not even use the pads that I packed up for myself. And then I have my toiletry bag, which was very convenient because I took a shower, so I needed my lotion, I needed my moisturizer. Face wipes were so much better than packing up my entire cleanser. Everything else in here, like the toothpaste and the body wash, definitely used. I don't even remember if the hospital had body wash now that I think about it. I do know that they had a toothbrush and toothpaste if you did want to use that, but we brought our own, so we didn't need that. Toothbrushes came out of the bag, obviously. And then this was just my little camera pack where I kept my extra batteries and an extra lens. And then sleep mask. Bryce actually ended up using that, so I was glad to have that on hand. This is my speaker charger, which I ended up using for like 5 minutes. I don't know if my phone just got disconnected or if it died on me. When I was taking the shower at the hospital, I wanted to use it in the bathroom to focus on breathing and whatnot, and it stopped working. I don't know if it's just that old and needs to be replaced or what, but I didn't really end up using my speaker this time. Phone charger, definitely used this. Has not been a need since we got home because we have chargers around the house, but now we have an extra, so that's nice. And then a double plug-in box. Bulb syringe came out of the bag because I have needed it. I hear the babe, so I will be right back. And we're back. He was getting bored, so I had to go get him from daddy's room. Let's get back to the bag. Tripod, I did not end up using. This was a no. Chapstick, absolutely. Before I forget, we had a situation where Bryce had to go home and get Mason's school uniform because we stayed in the hospital way longer than we expected to. But while he was there, I totally did not think about this, but packing up a nail file for your baby was something I did not think about until he came out. And again, he came out with razor sharp fingernails, just like my firstborn did. Having this in my bag would have been absolutely genius. And luckily, my husband was able to go home and grab it. We had plenty of time to get his nails trimmed while we were at the hospital. So that way I did not have to worry about him scratching his face or even scratching me, because he had daggers of fingernails. If you guys have newborns, you know they come out with really long fingernails, or at least mine have. It is not in the bag anymore because I have used it since we have been home, because they also grow really fast. Recommend packing this up. This is something I did not include in my bag, and this is something my husband had to go grab, but I would definitely pack up some form of nail file for baby. What else do we have in here? I grabbed these bed pads because, first of all, you go to the hospital, it's on your bill. These were paid for with insurance. Grabbed a lot of these because I do plan on potty training Mason sooner than later, and these are really nice to have. And then my postpartum supplies that I packed up and didn't actually end up needing. I would be creating an entire video dedicated to my birth story and how it went. I basically had the same delivery experience with my second as I did with my first, which is so fortunate because I didn't have anything to look after when I got home other than my shrinking uterus. If y'all know, that is an entire experience within itself of postpartum care. But this is my dermoplast and tux pads. I did not end up using my own socks. I used the hospital's socks because that was one less thing I had to worry about washing when I got home. Then I also have the sound machine. This portable sound machine was so convenient. This is something I definitely wish I had with my first delivery, because I just turned this thing on in between feeds and stuff like that, so that way it drowns out the quiet of the hospital, but also like the random noises that happen. So he was able to sleep, Bryce was able to sleep. I took like short naps, so I guess I was able to sleep a little bit myself. Having a sound machine on hand, especially one that gets pretty loud, like this is a really nice one. I've had this one since Mason was a baby. We would just keep it like in the car seat or on the stroller. It actually lasted the entire time without its charger, which I think I packed right, which I didn't even need. So this is really nice to have as well. And then one of my nursing bras was unpacked because I wore it and it was dirty. I would say pack one, if not wear one to the hospital, because the clothes I ended up wearing to the hospital is actually what I left the hospital in. So I did not need any of my postpartum clothes that I packed for myself. So these are all still very clean. And then again, my speaker I used for like 5 minutes. It wasn't that long, but I know I used it in my first labor. And this is something that I am glad I had. So I'd not say don't pack a speaker, because that is something that got me through my first labor. It just didn't end up working out the second time around. Underwear, not a chance, sister, not a chance. Packed them just in case. But again, the adult diapers were my go-to this time around, so that is what I ended up wearing the entire time I was at the hospital after labor. We have a few snacks left, protein bars, and I had these little fruit sticks, which I'm so glad I had, because I ended up giving birth to him at like 11:20 at night, which meant that the cafeteria was closed. There was no more dinner trays or anything like that going around, and Bryce was way too tired to go drive and get us food. Having snacks on hand was very convenient. So if you have a baby late at night like I did, or very early in the morning before they do trays at the hospital, it's so nice. And then they were also just really nice to have in between meals too, because my milk did not come in until after we had left, but I was producing colostrum and he was feeding on demand, which was about every 2 hours, if not every hour. But I was still very hungry and exhausted after labor and delivery. Yeah, snacks on hand are a must. And this is our prescription bag where we have all of our extra things they sent us home with. So acetaminophen or Tylenol for pain, which I did not have, but now I have extra Tylenol. More prenatals. I'm still going through the bottle that I was using before labor and delivery, so that's why this is still in the bag. I am still taking prenatals every single day just because I am breastfeeding, so I want as many nutrients in my milk as possible for baby. And then they gave us so many of these little lanolin creams, which are nice for my boobies, keeping my nipples moisturized and not cracked and hurting. And then we got a giant thing of lanolin, more Dermaplast, Colace, which is a stool softener. I don't take this every day, but I have taken it and I continue to take it when I feel like I really need it. I don't know if it's because you're breastfeeding, maybe it's the hormones in your body, I don't know. Sometimes these are really just convenient to have, keeps things moving. And then baby's vitamin D drops. I was told that they give these to you to help baby get more vitamin D because there's not a lot provided in your milk, but the pediatrician actually told me that direct sunlight for short periods of time was the best way to get vitamin D for babe, because that helps with breaking down bilirubin so that way they do not get jaundice. Clearly haven't been giving it to him because it's still in his bag, but I've been focused more on the sunlight source of vitamin D. I was told that that is exactly the type of vitamin D he needs to be having and that this was just supplemental. But we are starting to give him bottles just so I do get a break sometimes from feeding him. So I will put some of this in his bottles when the time comes and I get this downstairs and available to me to do that. And then this was baby's come home outfit and whatnot. He did end up wearing one of the two outfits we took. This one was a short sleeve option. I don't know why I packed it, knowing that newborns are very temperature irregulated. I don't recommend taking a short sleeve unless it is like blistering hot where you are, I guess. And then this hat was just way too big for his head. And then the last thing in here, my breast pads that I did not end up needing at the hospital. Yeah, the rest is history. So glad to finally have this bag unpacked. I'm glad to see everything again just because I totally forgot what was in here. I will be putting all of this stuff away. Now we are going to continue on with our Thursday, which it looks like it's going to rain. Yucky, yucky. You ready to go down for a nap, dude? Now that that is done, I just fed the babe and we're just hanging out in here. Hi, dude. Something else on my to-do list today is to post my maternity clothes because I do not plan on getting pregnant again. So I feel like this is a good time to post them, get rid of them, get them out of my house because I won't be needing them again. I'm about to do that now and hopefully they can go to somebody in need who is looking for maternity clothes. Yeah, let's get to that.